So the mez is in, so that's going to extend out.
The Testarossa has moved.
Oh, there it is! Oh! Don't break my roof, you prick! It's an Ineos.
Nobody move it. He's going under.
Finger his toot button. There's a pigeon in your bank account. They wheelie crossing the finish line because there's a big bump on the exit.
Morning.
Oi, oi.
What are you doing up there?
Well, this is my new penis extension. I need this in my life. I can reach tall things now. I just need one at home to reach the tea bags in the top cupboard. So, welcome to another episode of I should have been a monkey fertility specialist. You just said about that, weren't you? About a scooter that was powered by...
Yes, an old Viz character, Mickey's Monkey something moped,
Yeah.
if anybody remembers it.
Well, that's way cooler than everything being electric powered now,
Yes.
isn't it? So the mez is in. Wow. So as you can see, we've tried to do it in 3 bays. That's kind of like how the workshop's going to be laid out, and then it's mirror image this side. So we've got 1 airline left to run in over the top here. So the boys have got isolators for the ramps, sockets to charge their vibrators, and airlines.
All the tools they need.
All the toolings. Yeah, so I'll get hold of some of the retractable airlines
Yeah.
to go on the wall as well. So we'll put some of them in. The mez has been cut down and is in position. So all I've got left to do is run a MAHA beam in
Up there.
to support the floorboards at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's in, mate. It's in.
There's a fair amount of room in here.
Yeah. So this is going to be my engine room once it's studded and sorted.
Yeah.
But I'll take this off, and this will be the doorway in.
Okay.
So I'd like 2 glass doors so you can see everything in here then,
Yeah.
and then counters round. So,
And it's going to be clinical in here, isn't it?
yeah. So it'll be good. It'll be good. Flooring, I'm still unsure about at the minute. I've just spent so much money doing all this that
Yeah.
to get the floor polished, ground and polished, it's £50 a square metre.
Oof.
And there's like 500 square metres. So it was like 25 grand.
Wow.
And I said, no, I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
I'm not paying that. So I don't know what to do. But that's tomorrow's problem.
Yes.
Yeah. Then. So this is the area where we keep our finished cars now. Well, kind of. There's 3 in here that are done, that are ready to go. So at least they're out of the way. And then again, the bays over this side, there's going to be a fake wall here, like over the other side. So that's going to extend out.
So we're going to have a fake wall up to the
Yeah.
engine room.
Yeah.
What about those stairs?
These would go in. So if anyone wants to buy some stairs, let me know. They're too big. Like, look at them. They're massive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the stairs I'll get rid of, and then I need to figure out what I'm going to do here for stairs, basically, if I put stairs in to start with.
Because you're going to want access to the top of the mez.
Eventually I will.
Yeah.
I might just not bother for now
Yeah.
and keep it rateable. Obviously, you know, you pay for space.
Yeah.
So when you put a mez in and then you want to use the top, then you've got to pay more money. You've got to pay more tax.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy world we live in.
yeah, it's ridiculous. So I might just sack it off for the time being and just turn it into the engine room, and what happens in the future happens in the future.
Yeah.
This is for the compressor,
Yep.
which is under the boxes at the top. So that'll live here.
So that's arrived.
Yes.
Nice.
So that's a screw-fed one with a receiver dryer, everything, so that's okay. So they've literally got to put that in and then pipe it into the mains.
Yep.
And then in this corner is where the aqua blaster and my wash tanks will go.
Yep.
And then obviously the lads are just finishing off the board. So there's emergency light above the electrics. We've had the lights done in the ceiling. So the ones with the big battery packs that they have.
Yep.
They're the emergency lights.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we've got 4.
Hang on, let's just...
1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've got them staggered.
That one there.
Yeah. You see it?
Yep.
Whereas if you look at this one here, look, there's nothing on the back of it.
There you go.
So that's emergency lights. And then obviously got a key switch to do them. And then they're the isolators then for compressor and the 2 in the corner. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
It's been a lot of work.
And that's got its own light as well there.
Yeah, so if it goes off and I need to come down and isolate anything,
Yeah.
I can get to everything.
You can see what you're doing.
Yeah. Know what I am saying, mate?
Yes.
And then, yeah, basically the fake wall will come off here
Yep.
and go across, so we can hide everything behind here then.
Yeah.
So like the jacks, the drainers, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So we can get them out of the way. So yeah, it's good. Air cons go in. We'll get the aircon and the heating put in the office.
Okay.
But that'll be a couple of weeks yet. So the boys have got a cable to run in for that. So I think they're pretty much, electric's pretty much done now. The last bits left to do are once we've got the ramps lined up. So Snap-on have lent me these. Which are basically some layout mats.
Okay.
So I can figure out, so my ramps are the blue ones.
Yep.
And then basically what you do is you can sit them in situ. So
Yeah.
what we kind of need to do is clear everything off this side, because this is the main side I need to measure out against and lay up where I want to put everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's quite hard to visualise where stuff's going to go from my point of view.
Yeah, because like I'm sat here now and I'm like, we're never fitting cars in here, but
Yeah.
there's obviously a lot of crap lying around. So yeah, it's I think the engine room will be the last thing I move over.
Yep.
So I just need to start getting rid of some rubbish now. So if anyone wants some steps, we can do a deal. I've got some MAHA beams. We could do a deal.
Some doors there.
Yeah, I've got to get, if anyone's, someone has sent me a name for a chippy to put some doors up and do the skirting in the office.
Yep.
So if we come this way, look, that's the last bit of mez I've got to take down.
Just here.
To get that out of the way, that's the railings for the stairs. We'll go through the Ferrari in a minute. But then the floor's been done. So these are the new lights for in here.
They're hella bright.
Yeah, they are bright.
Yep.
And then that's the key switch to the emergency lights. There you go, look. So they look like that.
Cool.
And then the guys have come in and done the floors. This is Town and Country Flooring down in Burnham-on-Sea. So Andy and the guys are really good. They did our house and stuff as well. They're a sponsor of George's.
Yep. George, Racer George.
George Edwards, yeah, Racing George. So yeah, they sponsor them, and yeah, Andy's brilliant to be fair. He's driven up a couple of times. So we've obviously torn Le Toilette out. It got torn out because guys latexed the floor in here, basically throughout. So everywhere there's flooring out here, they've latexed the floor, and then they've laid this floor down. Obviously, the guys have just been in and out doing the because it's so dusty in the workshop, everyone has walked through, look, there's footprints down. So I'm probably going to have to get some carpet protector for the time being, just to sort of run. So I need a chippy to do skirting and some doors, and I need a bathroom guy. I've had someone price some bits and pieces up, so yeah, it'll be getting the bathrooms done next. But I need to get a plasterer in to get this sorted. I just need to finish stripping everything off because they can't do. We've got it's called cap and mold flooring going in here. You know, like we're in hospitals where it like it looks like a skirting as well, and it comes up to about that height.
Yeah.
So we're having that done, but they can't do anything with that.
Right.
Because the bottom of the walls are damaged.
Yeah.
So I need to sort that out. So I basically need to pull out everything off the walls, basically.
Yeah. So you can have a posh toilet.
Posh toilet. Yeah. So okay, I think.
And if I can just show out here, here's everything that came out of it.
Yeah.
Oops. And a step that I always miss.
Yeah. It's getting there. It's getting there, Davla.
So let's have a look at the floor in the...
in the orifice.
Yeah. Ah. God, that's transformed it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Kate's painted the wall behind you as well. So we've got to do another coat. But it's purple now, not red.
Ah, of course. Company colours. Yeah. It's...
Just looks different, doesn't it?
Yeah. Happy days.
So I think it'll be, I want to hide in the corner.
Yep.
So I think I'll put like a desk here, the desk there, and then probably one up further in the corner for Nathan.
Yep.
I'll probably put like a tea room sort of thing in here for the lads.
Yep.
Because they've never got anywhere to put their stuff. So, you know, I'll probably put that in there. And the network stuff will go in and bits and pieces. Yeah, put the aircon in here, so it's air conditioning and heating. Up here, and then they can run it straight through the ceiling then to do that. Yeah, it's getting there, mate. It's getting there. I think the big spends are sort of out the way, but
yeah,
it's just
a constant drip.
Yeah. It's easy to just go with sort of a grand here, a grand there, a grand here. We had the lift in, and the lights were all over the place anyway. They were horrible old sodium things. So we just were like, right, well, let's just get the lights done while the place is empty. And
so
we've got that. So at least I just wanted the workshop sorted.
Yeah.
So where you can move over and get on. That was sort of the plan. And then, yeah, just keep tidying away, like, you know, little bits, like filler's been slapped in the walls but not knocked back. And
you're going to keep that window there so you can look out onto the...
Yeah, I think so. What I need to decide is how I get onto the roof. Until I got cars in, I don't know how I'm going to do that, so
yeah,
we'll figure that out.
And this is also going to be a waiting area.
This would be
for
like
customers.
a waiting area as well. Yeah. So we'll put a telly here or something. I've had some people talk to me about like a media wall and stuff, but at the minute, like spending so much money getting that sorted, that has to be done to earn me money.
Yep.
And then I can spend.
You can worry about the aesthetics.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is that going to be partitioned off? Is that going to be separate from where you guys are sitting?
It'd be all open like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be all open like this. So just little bits I need to, like that would do my nut in. Just little bits that need tidying up, like, you know.
Yeah.
So, but it'd be okay. I mean, there's a little kitchen area, and hopefully look after ourselves, or I can look after myself a little bit more. But
yeah.
Cupboards. It's getting there. It just takes time, mate. And the problem is you know, kids are on school holidays, so obviously Kate can't be here full time at the minute.
Yep.
And then, like last night, Cal played Ye8 for Fairford, so we left at 5 and we got back at 10:30. So he had a game last night. So days fucking fly by.
Yeah.
It's our track day tomorrow, so we're out of here tomorrow.
Yes.
Here Friday. I wanted to go to Fruxton Friday, but I don't think that'll happen.
When are you racing again next?
End of the month, Donington.
Yep.
But like I'm here next week. We all go on holiday as a family on the next Friday.
Yep.
So I lose another week. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it quickly
snowballs into the month's
all
gone.
of a sudden, mate, September.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the ramps, we Snap on a come in Friday to survey the floor. The first 2 ramps are going in next week, 14th. What's Friday? 14th?
We're on the 7th today.
Yeah, so the ramps go in next Wednesday. 2
Okay.
ramps go in next
Right.
Wednesday. Then we can move. Then when I get them wired, the lads, like John just said, oh, I'll pop in and wire them 2 in. And when them 2 are in, we can, at least then I've got 2 working ramps and then I can move the other 2 over. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. So we'll get that done. But it's like, yeah, then it's literally like start clearing stuff out. So it's like ordering a skip.
Yeah.
And I've meant to do that all week. So it'll be all right, we get sorted. So we can start getting rid of some rubbish, get the hoover out, hoover the bloody floor, get a cleaner over here, clean the floor, because then that'll stop the dust coming through.
Yeah.
But yeah, some nice doors, I
Yes.
think would be all right.
And then I suppose you got to look at things like signage outside and everything else.
Yeah, so I need to do the vinyl on the door at the sign at the end, and then I need to do the illuminated sign up on the wall.
Yeah.
But again, I know I need to get it done, but
That's not essential for actually working, is it?
no,
Yeah.
no. So we get through it. We get through it. It's I need another one of me.
You need to clone yourself.
Yeah, because I know what I want in here. But
Yeah.
I can't be over here all the time at the minute. I've got an engine and gearbox I've got to get sorted. And I'll get cars finished off. We'll be all right. We'll get through it.
Shall we have a look at the Ferrari?
This Ferrari, yeah, so
So the Testarossa has moved.
yeah, we put new plugs in it, put battery on it, drove it over, and got it running. So we could strip it. So basically now we're back to stock. So this is the OEM interface with the engine loom, and then the engine loom's got modified and cut around to do the supercharger and stuff. So we've taken the inlet manifold off, got all the loom off it. Steve from GWR, who did the loom for the 355, has been over. We've got a couple of things to overcome because it uses 2 crank position sensors. So it uses the ring gear teeth, and then it uses marks on the flywheel as a crip. And not many ECUs do flywheel related crip. And then because it's only 3 teeth on the flywheel, it doesn't give you a great deal of accuracy. So we're going to need to have a little think around how we're going to do crank and cam angle. So you can get optical sensors to go in a dizzy.
Yep.
So because we're not going to use the distributors, we're going to put it on coil packs. We can use a dizzy to mark TDC on 1, so to give us a crank index position.
Yep.
And then I probably need to put a sensor on the crank pulley to do, so it's called ref and sync. So reference and then sync is to synchronize the engine management with what position your engine is actually in. So normally you would say do your crank position and then your cam position would be say on TDC on 1. So you need those 2 things to make an ECU understand where the position is. So at the minute, that's all done on these 2 sensors here. So one of them looks at the ring gear to go, oh, the engine's turning. And the other one looks at positions on the flywheel to go, oh, there's number 1.
Yep.
But even though this was working 40 years ago, it's not how new ECUs kind of do that measurement or do that reading. So we need to find a way around the best way of doing that. We've got a couple of friends who've like Mark at Horsepower Factory. He does a lot for MoTeC on Ferraris. So he might go, oh yeah, you do this, and this. So,
Yeah.
That's the main problem we've got to overcome. Steve's going to build a loom. And then we've got to put a couple of additional sensors on it to make it run. But yeah, should be good as gold. But I wanted it running before we stripped it because we had this problem with the 355 where it turned up where the engine loom had, the engine ECU had burnt out, and we never had it running before. So when we went to start it up and get it running, is this an us problem? Was this existing on the car before we started?
Yep.
So at least now I know that car started, run, drove, it's perfect. So anything we do now is an us, which is fine. And then we ended up, Dav, with this. So this is pretty much everything we've taken out.
Wow.
So it had tunable basically ignition. So they're like old school MSD boxes with a barometric position.
Yep.
That's the original Haltech ECUs.
Look at that.
And there's 2 of these.
Yep.
There's another box somewhere with one mounted on. So it had one on each bank. It had one of these on each bank. It had, obviously, this was controlled by that unit, but it had a coil on each bank.
Yep.
With an ignition module. A couple of barometric pressure sensors. They'd made this really cool relay box. So they modified the car interface and then put everything inside this, made this box with all the relays in.
Yeah.
Fine. And then it had these in, which we're trying to figure out what's what, because they look like almost the stock ECUs.
Yep.
Which they've kind of interfaced and jumped certain bits around.
Yeah.
So we've just literally stripped everything off and we'll start again. So the only things we need to transmit it onto the car are, oh, there you go, there's the other one, look. So you had the igniter, the ignition box on one side and Haltech on the other. So that's like a 30-year-old Haltech ECU.
There's obviously the cover.
And then that's the top cover.
Yep.
Yeah.
The pipe work, and then we've got these.
So yeah, should be all right.
Yeah.
Should be Reetman. So now we know what we can take off. So the only things we've got to put back onto the car really are rad fan control, tack, so rev counter, and coolant tank for the gauge. So Steve is sat at home now, tappity tapping, working that all out.
Good stuff.
It should be fine, I think.
And the Porsche's over there.
Yeah, that's one of Jordan's. So he's done full PPF on the Porsche.
Yep.
So we're just waiting for the client to pick that back up. OAV's waiting to go. RBR's waiting to go. We moved one out this morning. Nathan's grabbed that out, and that's going today. So yeah, we got a couple more to come over. We're lucky with this space now. So what we're trying to do is once it's finished, get it clean, bring it in.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way. So just to give a boy some space. So yeah, and the new guy started.
Okay, I said hello to him earlier.
Yeah, the new guy is Scott from Dick Levitt Ferrari.
There you go.
So Scotty done 20 years at Ferrari, left school and started there, so he was apprentice. And stupidly, they let him go. Yeah.
Their loss is your gain.
They were stupidly let Matt go.
Yeah. So you've got 2 guys from there now.
Yeah. I mean, when you think Scott started there, like I said, I started at Merck in 2000, and then a couple of years after he started at Ferrari, and he's like only been at Ferrari. That's all he's done.
Yeah.
He was the most senior technician there. He had the most experience, and they let him go. So.
We'll have to go and stick a camera in his face.
Yeah.
And also meet Nath as well.
Oh, yeah, we haven't met Nathan properly either, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pinched Nathan from Audi. So he's got Volkswagen, Audi, and BMW experience. He's worked in parts. So he's come over, he's into his drifting. So, yeah, just to try and, Nathan's trying to take bits off me so I can crack on. Yeah, so Scott done that yesterday. What else did he do? He sorted the 430.
Yep.
With the exhaust on.
And the gearbox he was looking at, yeah.
He's on Lambo now, so yeah, hopefully he enjoys it. But it'll be all right. It's pretty chilled out.
Yeah.
So it's all good. And then yeah, get him over here and it'll be peace and quiet.
All hands to the pump.
Yep. Here, pigeon. Here, pigeon.
Now you've got to get it up. He's going to rescue a pigeon that's got up there.
This ain't that hard, Matt.
Oh, there it is!
Oh!
Oh no! Come on! Oh!
Stop wrecking my roof, you prick!
Oh! Here it comes. Oh!
So the door's there, mate.
Yeah? Come on.
There.
Cool! What is that out of Ace Ventura?
Yeah.
You just cost me 25 grand, Tubby.
Look, the door is there. Look. Pigeon.
Need a bit of bread or something.
Door. Oh!
The door's there, you prick!
Go on, lower.
Oh!
A few moments later.
That's not an R8.
It's not. It's an Ineos.
Ineos.
And it's got a toot button. Toot toot. Look.
Look at the switches up there. It's like a plane. Look at that. One of those ejector seat.
Off-road mode, wading, diff locks front and rear, assistance, ESC off, downhill, exterior lights, interior lights. So this is all
That is very cool.
internal power supplies then.
Yeah,
Feels very military, Dav.
yeah. Look at that. A flap.
But it's got a toot button. Look, it even says on it, toot,
Toot.
toot.
Every car needs a toot button.
Every car needs a toot button. It feels massive.
It looks pretty
Feels
big.
massive.
Yeah. It's actually quite nicely put together inside. I thought these were very sort of,
It's BMW, isn't it? Pretty much.
well,
That is
the engine and
that is,
gearbox
yeah.
and some of the,
Yeah, that is BMW.
so this has got, you can have this with the 3 litre petrol.
Yeah,
Or 3 litre.
diesel.
Yeah,
Fuse card. It's cool, isn't it?
it is very cool.
Grenadier.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have a dash. It's all done on the centre.
All the rest of the bits are here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. Ugh. Where's all these power plugs go then? It's got a ladder on the back, Dav. That's what you want your car, mate.
That's what you need. Okay, split rear doors as well.
Yeah. Is that a seat?
Oh, so you
Where
can
put
sit
your-
on
where you
that.
put your
Look.
barbecue.
Yeah. Do not exceed the load limit, it says.
What is the load limit?
I don't know.
Well, that's just daft, because you've got to know what the load limit is. Towing cable.
Yep. It's got a very strong winching capacity, this, of like
Panel
5
wag.
tons or something.
Is it?
Yeah.
Top tether. It is well put together, isn't it? For a...
Well, it wants to be for 70 grand.
Yeah, but even then, like when you say 70 bags, that's not a lot of money now for a car.
Well, that is sad
When
but
you
true.
think how much is the JLR equivalent Defender?
Yeah.
It's a lot, isn't it? Like the Defenders are over 100.
Oh, they're
aren't they?
crazy money, aren't they?
And to be fair, I'd rather have this BMW running gear, mate.
I do like the look of it.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. So look in the back.
Yeah, it's cool. Built-in handbag. Where's handbag?
France. Yeah.
Clothesline.
Yep.
Electric. That right. So that must be like electric port or whatever
Yep.
under there then, which is all the auxiliary stuff. If you're a camping dude, this is cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All you need, like it's got, you put a gun rack in it. Wow. Legroom might, are we being picky? Or are the seats forward?
I bet those seats move.
It's above the cage at the
And
back.
they
so it-
fold up
so-
as
so
well.
it might move, it's just,
Yeah, the cage is there. But yeah,
the telltale would be, could you drive to France in it? Mate, that is hardy, isn't it? I could climb all the way under that, Dav.
yep.
Actually, I'm going to do that.
Nobody move it. He's going under.
Keys in my pocket. It's completely safe.
Remote start while you're under it. How do we explain
Mate,
that?
That has got, that is 1 rick high.
One Rick clearance.
It's got, yeah, it's 1 rick ground clearance, that is. Maybe 1 rick and a half. Like you could get in the wheel, you could get in a wheel arch.
Get your head in there. You can literally
I can actually get in a wheel arch.
get your head in the wheel arch. Yeah, I'm impressed with this.
It's cool, isn't it?
You think 6 years ago this didn't exist? I think this is the second generation one or the new version, but it's.
And do you know what, right? Because they got in a bit of trouble, didn't they, for basically ripping off the
original Defender.
I think it looks more
It's got more G-Wagon, hasn't
G-Wagon.
it? It's got a bit of G-Wagon, a bit of almost like Nissan Patrol-y, Land Cruiser.
Looks like a Defender. The new Defender looks like someone's tried to make a Gucci purse into an armoured case.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It looks like you get to the first speed bump and it falls to bits.
Yeah.
Whereas that looks like a Humvee. Looks like you could throw it down the mountain.
Yeah.
Put it back on its wheels and drive. And that looks more that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Because like you can like jet wash the interior, Dav. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like, look at the interior, mate. That is a motocrosser's dream, that is. Muddy motocross boots.
That's what you need when you're out and about.
Yeah.
Happy days. So this is in for Jordan, isn't it?
Yeah, this is in for Jordan. So thank you to Jordan and the owner for letting us have a nose and to finger his toot button. Look,
there's something you never thought you'd say.
Mate, honestly. Right, so we've got horn, and it's even got a picture of a bicycle on it.
So you don't scare the poor cyclists.
Yeah, get out of the way, dickhead.
Horn and toot.
Horn and toot.
It's a good name for a pub, that.
Yep, the horn and toot. I like that.
We'll open that one day.
Copyright, no one's allowed that now. That's mine and Dav's.
Right, we're back.
We are. I have some questiones.
We had to take a brief interlude because a winged beast entered the facility.
How did Pigeon get on the roof? There is a pigeon in your bank account, and we need to remove all of your monies. So this is from Preben. I often see YouTube videos using engine oil flushers to renew an engine. Many renowned oil companies provide such products, liquid moly, AMSOIL, etc. But are they any good or safe to use? And if so, do they provide any benefits? Bit of a tough one, because I have a seat at this table, or I have an opinion at this table that might not agree with others. No, I don't like them, because ultimately they have a heavy sort of, not solvent, well yeah, I suppose solvent base, and they're detergent heavy to clean away crap in your engine. But the problem with that is if it brings it off too quickly, then your engine gets full of sludge. So I always prefer to just do engine oil changes regular, rather than use a flush to sort of flush away rubbish, basically. So I would, yeah, I mean, if you're servicing your car regularly, you shouldn't need them. If a car's been stood up for a long time, then there's a risk there that running any of these sort of solvent-y based additives through can cause oil leaks. But I would probably say, if you, even on an older engine, if you drain the oil out and fill it with fresh oil and filter, prime it properly and run it till it's hot, and maybe just change it a couple of times, you'll probably be good. Scort UK, wicked video. My bike went really wrong this week. Instant huge violent tank slapper riding the B roads, bike written off, collarbone broken, just as the weather starts to get mint too. No clue what went wrong, as this is a road I've done numerous times and a lot faster than when I crashed, but I guess it was just something slightly different. Can't wait to get back on 2 wheels, though what's 5 crashes over 17 years anyway. So the first thing I would check there is one, did you hit like a pothole or something? The other thing is check your steering damper, because that's what a steering damper is there to do, to take out tank slappers. So a tank slapper is normally when, like when someone tries to drift a car and they snap it back the other way violently, a tank slap on a bike is. you get crossed up by accelerating and lifting the wheels, and as it lands, it doesn't straighten nicely. It overcorrects, and then it overcorrects, and it overcorrects. So I would check your tank slapper. I would check your steering damper, mate, make sure it's good. But hope you mend up soon, because collarbone's a bit of a nasty one. So just, yeah, lots of radio laser therapy as well is good on collarbones. If you can get in a hyperbaric chamber as well, that's really good. Nomad 6638, good post, great to see some racing and a camaraderie between you guys. I'm wondering though, does Graham have a job as a Jason Plato lookalike, or is that just me? I don't see it, mate. When you commented that, I don't know, maybe he looked a bit different on camera, but yeah, I don't see it. But yeah, G's a good laugh. He's a good lad. Chapper Racing 5971. Hi Ricky, nice riding. I realised how much I missed watching your BSB back in the late 90s. Good stuff. In the first race, I noticed some bikes appeared to be picking up their front wheel crossing the finish line. Which bikes were doing that and why? As to my ears, they seem to be well up in the rev range at that point. They wheelie crossing the finish line because there's a big bump on the exit, and so you'll find not all riders, the faster riders who are hard on the gas at that point, the bike hits the bump and just sits up. That's literally it. There's a bump at the end of the exit curbs. So you'll find a top lads kind of tug on the bars a little bit just to try to settle it so it doesn't hit a bump, but it tries to settle it over it. So, and yeah, you should be high up in the rev range. You shouldn't be low down. You should be always high, especially on 600. You should be right up high. Paul MW 8kg, do you ever race at Croft? Brilliant video, absolutely love bike racing. Hope to come and watch you race sometimes. Yeah, back in the day we raced at Croft. Did BSB there. 2011 was the last year I was there, 2012 maybe. I love the place, but obviously they have problems with noise and they have problems with how close the barriers are. So it is a shame. Back in the day when that was on a BSB calendar, that was mega because the place is mint. It's just a long way for us to go. But I'd rather see Croft on the calendar than Knock Hill, so I think it's a better circuit. Paul Johnson 1272. Keep the bike content, Ricky. It works well. Also shows up. Coming guys, do you sponsor any of the races? We do like the bike content. It never seems to do as well as we hope. But then it's not a bike channel, it's a car channel. So there's a conversation there. But yeah, we look after two riders. So we support Mikey Hardy, who had me off. So Mikey's Callum's age, he's Graham's son. So we support Mikey and we support George as well, who's doing stock thousands. So go and check them two out. George Edwards, Mikey Hardy 93 on Instagram. Give them a follow. They are good lads. Mikey's 17. He's got a big future ahead of him. George is, what is he, 27, 28? He's 28, isn't he? But George found it really late. So considering he's 3 years deep, they've both got something. It's just whether the money lets them get where they need to be, because it's all budget. CM001TD, Kyle Ride. Yeah, because Dav cocked up and put Kyle Ride instead of Ryan Vickers, so we've edited that. Kyle Ride used to race my mate's S Honda when he was 14. He's changed a bit. Yeah, Kyle was racing British Supersport on my engines when I worked for Race Developments, or Race Development engines when I worked for Race Developments 10 years ago. Jake Dixon and Kyle both won races on them as well. So Tim was doing heads for half a paddock back then. So yeah, Carl's good lad. Ryan's I get on really well with Ryan. He drove the Lambo, and then he rode my bike at Cartagena last year when we went on the OMG test with them. So they're both good lads, to be fair. Both very, very talented. Russell Barker, new workshop is coming along nicely. Congrats to Carl and co. Think the convertible 300ZX never had a rear spoiler fitted as standard, so you can get a genuine infill panel for the rear boot lid that contains a third brake light. Looks a lot cleaner. Yeah. Russell texted me about this as well, so we were chatting. I think the Turbo Targas had that foam spoiler that we took off it, and the guy I was talking to, Z Center, I think he is, he said you can get fiberglass ones, so I'll look into that, because I actually quite like it with the spoiler. I think you were saying the same, weren't you? You quite like it with the spoiler. So yeah, we'll have a look at that and see what's what. But
a few comments from people saying, you know, maybe you should just finish it, get it out of the way, concentrate on other stuff.
Yeah.
And other people loving it, saying carry on.
It is hard. Mechanically, I'll get it sorted. I would really like to get it through MOT. I think I'll get the tailgate repaired, so at least structurally it's sorted. I don't know whether I'll paint it. I don't think I will. I think I'll sell it before I paint it. But like the lads over the other side are right in that if you paint it, it's worth a lot more money. It's just, if it turns into 4 or 5 grand to get 4 or 5 grand back, then what's the point? So it's hard. So I don't know. I am umming and ahhing about that. Inside is mint. I've got some suspension bits to do on it. I've got some engine bits to do on it, and then I'd like to get it through MOT, and then we'll see what's what. So if anyone is a more body shop orientated person that would buy it mechanically sound but needs the bodywork, then give me a shout, because there's enough stuff to get rid of. Mixed Master Megs, how big is the new engine room? Will it be bigger than your last engine room? Yes, it definitely will be bigger than my last engine room. It is in the corner. I haven't measured it yet, but if you're stuck with us this far, we've walked you through it in the walk around. The other problem with my old engine room is it's got that pillar in the middle as well. So I don't know whether you've ever noticed, by the end of my one build bench and by my valve machine, there's a pillar. So that's always caused an issue with what we can do in that room. So we won't have that problem in there. So it'd be a hell of a lot bigger. If I can get 2 engines in there, I can jump from 1 to 1. That's what I want. I'll be happy with that. Julian Pritchard, I may have misheard. However, just to clarify, the rear hatch will fail test, sharp edges and missing a third brake light. No, I don't think they had a third brake light. It's certainly not legal on cars that age. I'm not sure whether it'll fail on the lid because it's not structural, but I see what you're saying with the sharp edges, but I'll probably get it fixed anyway, so we see what's what. 300, Davy Lad, looks like a job for Yorkshire Car Restorations. We've been using someone at Matt Crozier knows. I need to get his name actually. I did say I'd plug him. Yeah, the lads have been doing the car, his name's Josh, and they are good. I'll find out his business name. I've got his phone number, but I can't imagine he wants his mobile number on YouTube. So
probably not.
Paul Clark, Ricky, don't do the ZX. I know you could, but really, is all the time and cost associated with doing it properly, which is the way you want to do it, worth it when you have so much else on? Completely agree, and completely disagree. The answer is between those two. Simon Halford, Luke at Z Centre, Soldier Engine Parts, sells replica spoilers. There's a guy in Birmingham called Ifty who will sell you a tailgate. He breaks 300 ZX. Not a bad shout. I'll reach out to both of them. I knew Luke did the spoilers because he's already told me, but if you know how to get hold of the guy in Ifty, the guy in Birmingham, Ifty, about his 300 ZXs, that'd be an interesting conversation. Because if I can buy a tailgate that I haven't got to get repaired, then that'd be mint. But I get the impression they all rust there. So I don't know. That is it, mate, I think.
Questions done.
Romeo done. So we've had a pigeon escapade.
Yes.
And
he was humanely removed.
Yeah, he removed himself. We've shown you around, and now we just need to start cleaning stuff.
Yep.
And get a little bit of law and order. But it looks all right, doesn't it?
It's looking good. It's taking shape.
I would say a couple of people have kind of said we haven't done much techie stuff lately. And the reason for that, Keats, is I hadn't stopped.
Yep.
So bear with us. It will come back because there is techie stuff going on. It's just at the minute I am getting none of my work done because I am trying to manage this and then introduce Scott and Nathan into the business as well. So yeah, I know it's not as geeky as we have been in the past, even to me and you, because we've said it, and it doesn't feel very car-y at times.
Yep.
Which is why, like last week, we tried to do a bit on the ZX and stuff like that. Nothing has happened. It's not like it's going on and we're not capturing it. The engine is still out of the skyline, and that went away to get welded. The Noble will get pushed over here, but I have done 0 on that. So stuff will happen.
Obviously, other stuff that's in like the RS4, again, still waiting for parts.
Yeah,
and things.
Still waiting for lambda probes on that.
Yep.
So it's just a bit of a, and like I said now, you've been on holiday. We go on holiday end of next week, so we need to try and come up with some stuff to do in there. So I know it doesn't feel very geeky, very techy. It will come back. It's just at the minute, well, you've seen the project. This is my project at the minute, trying to get this done. Will he swoosh? No, I missed. I am not Michael Jordan. Right, we done?
I think so.
Yeah. Smash buttons, tell me what I did wrong. Tell me what you'd like to see more of. We'll probably ignore it. We won't, we really try. And what we've missed. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.